And in this week's episode, we're gonna cook spinach soup. First of all, welcome back everyone to a new episode of Food with Victor. Since spinach is in season and it's spring, I felt like cooking a spinach soup. And without further ado, here is a quick and easy spinach soup. And if you might have guessed, the spinach is the star of this dish, and we're only gonna use one pot to cook it as well. And yeah, I'm using frozen spinach here and it's perfectly fine. And of course, if you have fresh one, you can use fresh one as well. And yeah, I'm using shallots here instead of regular onion. Yesterday I felt like making stock, so I ended up having a lot of chicken stock over, so I'm gonna use that in the soup and also use the cream here to make everything creamy. And as always, the recipes is in the description down below. And as you can see here, I'm also using garlic as well. The shallots and the garlics really bring that nice aromatic onion flavor that you really want to have in a good spinach soup. Something is good mentioning here is chop your shallots and garlic pretty small because you don't want to have any big chunks, you just want to have the nice flavor of it. And why I'm using shallots here instead of regular onion, that I find that shallots bring a lot of more aromatic and nice flavor to the soup. And if you're new to this channel and like what I'm doing, consider subscribing. And you want to add your shallots before you add your garlic. The shallots have a longer cooking time and you really want to sweat them out to bring all the flavors out. And cook your onions on medium-high heat here and really make them sweat. And after a while, add a big pinch of salt. And when you feel your shallots is cooked, add the garlic. And a few twists on the black pepper mill. This is about the consistency you're going for when going into the next step, which is the chicken stock. And as I said, I cooked my chicken stock by myself yesterday. If you don't have the time or don't have it, you can use regular chicken stock. Just make sure to buy the highest quality you can afford or spare, I guess. And as you did see, I only added a little bit first. This is to drive out even more aromatics and flavor from the onions. And after that is done, I'll add the rest. Because the spinach is a little bit sensitive. You don't want to boil the spinach for a very, very long time. Only want to boil it quick until it melts, and then it's pretty much good to go. So that's what I'm waiting here as long as possible to drive out all the flavors to really get it incorporated in the soup. But about now it's spinach time. And as I said, I'm using frozen here and it works perfectly fine to use fresh one as well. I feel like when you use frozen you have much more control on the amount you end up with. As all people has tried to cook spinach before, you know that you end up with lot less than you started with. It shrinks a lot, so that's why it's good to use a frozen one. I guess you can say this way is less shrinkage. And back to the cooking. And here I'm adding the rest of the chicken stock and I'm letting it simmer up a little bit to defrost the spinach. And sometimes cooking doesn't end up as you wanted, so yeah. So after you potentially rinsed and cleaned your nutmeg, grind in fresh nutmeg, and I like have quite a lot actually, but that's up to your preference of course. And give it a gentle stir, and after that it's time for the obligatory taste test. And what we're looking for here is saltiness, sweetness and the consistency. In this case I want to have more of a soupy soup, if that makes sense, but I will add in the cream here as well to make it a little bit more creamy. So I guess I want to have a really soupy consistency, but this is up to you. If you want to have a more firm texture, I guess, you just add less broth and you're good to go. And what you want to do here is to bring up the pot to a boil here in the end and keep on stirring. This will cream up the soup a little bit more, and after that it's ready for plating. And of course you can eat the spinach soup just by itself. Here in Sweden it's really common to eat the spinach soup with a soft boiled egg. I've also seen that it's pretty common with add some bacon on top. Go with what you like. I prefer to have a soft boiled egg, and that's about it. And I'm not the expert of plating, but if you want to make it somewhat more beautiful, add a pinch of black pepper on the egg and a splash of olive oil. And I just want to say thank you so much for watching, and I post a new video every week, so make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the next video. I wish you a great day.